makkelijk gesproken Mika Nandri.
Dat kan ik gevangen.
Reviews, reaction, satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Dat kan ik gevangen.
Vanakkam Makale Ungesproken Mika Nandri. Today, top Tamil actresses, and I know you guys are going to have an opinion about this, so let's get into it. I'm going to give you my top 10, maybe top 12 actresses, and I'll tell you why, and I've got my list of what movies I've seen. But before we do that, we're going to jump into this other list that I found online. It's the top 25 actresses of all time, and we're going to go through it, and then I'm going to tell you where I have them ranked on my list. So let's dive into it, see what this list is all about. I'm not going to spend too much time on this list, but I do want to go through it because I haven't seen a lot of these actresses. They're older, and I just haven't seen any of the older Tamil films. So, but let's get through these because I think they need to be recognized here. So we got Banamuth Banumathi Ramakrishna. Okay, I haven't not seen her. Padmini, I have absolutely heard of Padmini. Yes, I have, and I know I've reacted to a couple of her dances and stuff like that. This one's interesting. No picture. Savitri Ganesh. Don't know. There's nothing here. I have no idea what's going on there. Saukar Janaki. This picture actually, she kind of looks like Sai Pallavi a little bit right here. All right. Moving on. None of these are on my list so far because I haven't seen any of them. Okay, here we go. She is now your Indian political superstar, I guess as you would call it. I don't know her exact title, but anyway, she used to be an actress. I was looking at her filmography. It goes through from the 60s to the 70s to the 80s. She was in a ton of films. I don't think I've seen any of them. Sorry. K.R. Vijaya. Again, I don't even recognize the name. I'm sorry, guys. Sridevi. Okay, here we go. Now we're getting to some names and some eras that I might know of. Not on my list. Best known for English. I don't know. Radhika Sarath Kumar. I believe I've seen her in something, but not on my top list. Vijay Shanti. Okay. It's Telugu. She's mostly Telugu movies then. So that's probably why I haven't seen her stuff. Silk Smitha. Now, somebody has told me about this and the phenomenon of Silk Smitha and how everybody, all the dudes used to they loved her and they thought she was really pretty. That's what I remember. I don't know. Somebody told me that once. I haven't seen anything with her. Sushini. Have not seen anything. I don't know. See, I could have seen stuff with some of these people like Shobana, and I'm not recognizing the names, or maybe if I saw the movie list that they've been in, I would probably be like, oh, I've seen that movie, because I know one of the older ones was in like Anbe Sivam, and I've seen that. I've seen Nayaka. I've seen some of the older movies, but I don't recognize the names. Nagma, Taboo. All right, so here's the name that I know. Jyotika. She's on my list. She's on my top 10 list. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. Okay. Nandita Das. Don't recognize it. Vidya Balan. Recognize the name. Don't recognize her. Mandira Betty. And remember, this list, I literally typed in best Tamil actresses of all time. So Simran. She was in Petta. Okay, I've seen Petta. Okay, I know her. Aishwarya Rajesh. She's in my top 10. I think she's extremely talented. Saranya Povanan. Don't recognize the name. I don't know. Janani Yar. I do recognize that name. But I can't put a name to her movie. So Nayantara, Lady Superstar, of course. You have to see where she is on my list. Vera Lakshmi Sarath Kumar. I do know that name for sure. Vikram Veda. Love that movie. Andrea Jeremiah. All right. So Andrea Jeremiah is interesting because she hasn't been in a lot of films as far as an actress, but she's been in a lot of films as a musician and a singer. So very interesting. I did not put her on my top 10 list only because she's not really in a lot of movies as an actress. although she's in one of my favorite movies as an actress, A Year Tal Oriban. So, anyhow, all right, let's get to my list because that's why you're here, right? You want to see what the American thinks of Tamil films and Tamil actresses. So, let's jump into that right now. So, for my list, I didn't do a top 10, I didn't rank them like 10 to 1. My top favorite is this person, although I will give you who my favorite is at the very end, but you got to stick around to the very end to see who my absolute favorite Tamil actress is. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I got a computer right here and I just whacked it. All right, let's get into this. Let's start with some people had Tamana on the list. Now, I've only seen one movie with her, and I don't feel like she's done enough films yet to be able to rank. But Tamana was, I'm just going to mention her. Okay. Viram, I seen Viram with her. All right. Here's one that I wanted to put on my list for sure, and that is Saranya Povanan. Okay. And the reason I really wanted her on this list is because she was in the very first Tamil movie that I ever saw, which was Nayakan with Kamal Hassan. I love that movie. I loved her in that movie. Um, I fell in love with her character in that movie. I thought she did such an amazing job. I think she was kind of forgotten in that movie because Kamal Hassan did such a good job. But that movie to me, I thought she was just incredible. And so, funny thing is, that's actually her first film that she was ever in, too, which is nuts. I was looking at her filmography. I'm like, what? It's her first film? No way. Anyway, I've also seen her in Nayakan Remo 24. So, sorry, Nayakan, I've seen Remo 24. I don't remember what character she was in that, but they did say she was in that. All right, this next one is another. It's Ramya Krishnan. Now I know that she's been in a lot of, I think, believe like Telugu stuff. And the very first movie that I saw her in was the Bahubali series. Now I know she does Telugu, Tamil, and other stuff as well. Maybe Malayalam, I'm not sure, but I was just blown away about how great of an actress she was in Bahubali series. And I know that's not a Tamil film, but I wanted to at least mention her because I think she's got incredible actor skills. So there you go. All right. The next one I have here, and I'm just going to start going up my list. I'm going to save this one I see on my list. I'm actually going to save that near the end because she's actually a really good friend of mine. So I'm going to save that and I'm going to talk about her at the end because she's really cool, really awesome. And that one too, actually, she's a good friend. I'm going to talk about her afterwards. So let's move up the list to Kirti Suresh. Kirti Suresh. Oh my gosh, how cute is she, right? She's adorable. Saw her in Sarkar. Saw her in Baraiva. I'm not sure how to say that. Great actress. I think she does a great job of playing that role of the love interest, that cute, smile that she has. She's clever. She's funny. Um, she does a great job. So that's why I put Kirti in there. I thought she was really cool. And a good friend of mine has a crush on her. So Kyler, if you listen to this,
Yeah, baby.
got you, buddy.
You're an animal.
All right, let's go to next one. Kajal Agarwal. It's funny because she's been in a lot of other. She's been in like Telugu. I know a lot of these actresses and actors. They do kind of like both. They do Tamil, Telugu, and they kind of jump around. And they do everything because they're just multi-talented like that. But Kajal Agarwal, I've seen her in Vivagam. Every time I say that, say Vivagam. It sounds like I want a piece of gum. Vivagam, Mersal, Mari, and Tupaki. So she's been in all those films. The one I think I remember most was with Mari, I believe. No, I'm sorry. Mersal. Mersal is the one that I recognize her from the most and remember her the most in that film. So, Control Agura. Okay, next I have Sai Pallavi. Sai Pallavi. Oh my gosh, is she adorable? She is just so much fun. Mari too. Okay, so the very first video I ever reacted to was Rowdy Baby. Somebody suggested to me that's the very first Dad's Den reaction video ever. Rowdy Baby. And I thought it was super fun. I didn't know who Danush was at the time. I didn't know who Sai Pallavi was at the time. I didn't know who Prabhu Deva was, who did all the choreography. I had no idea who these people were. I literally watched it the first time. I went, oh my gosh, that was so fun. Who is that guy? Who is that girl? Who did the choreography? This is super fun. Who wrote the music? Who sang the song? D and all these. No, now I know all of these things, right? But back then I didn't. And I just thought Sai Pallavi she was great. She was cute. She did such a good job in Mari too. Great job on that one. And NGK, I remember she was in that one as well. So that's where I've seen her. So I wanted to put her on my list. The next is Samantha Ruth Prabhu. I've seen her in Masal 24, Tari Kati, Kathati. I I don't know how to pronounce that one. And every time I see Samantha Ruth Prabhu, I feel like she's just one of those actresses that like literally eh, she can play any character. I feel like she's definitely multi-talented actress and she's got a lot of skills. So I've always been a fan of hers. I always thought she's done a great job in all the films that I've seen of her. All right, so here's one that I talked about earlier, Jatika, skills. When I think of her, I think of talent. I think of just incredible, be able to play a character, to make you feel the character, to make you understand the character. She is just she's that good. She's really, really good. And she had to be on my list. So um movies I've seen with her is Rat Ratchasi.
I didn't understand a one word you said.
Oh my gosh. And then I've seen videos with her when Dum 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 and some other things. I can't remember some other things, but I know that she's also produced some stuff. She's incredible. Love her. She had to be on my list. All right, so here's another one. And now we're starting to climb up to the top. We only have four left here, guys. Four left. Don't go anywhere because you're going to want to see who I got at the top here. All right. So Trisha. How do you leave Trisha off? She's, she's just so good. She's great. Movies I've seen of her, Gili, Mankata, Yanai, Arandal, 96, Peta, Leo. Trisha is just all over the place. She's incredible, super talented, very pretty. Like she's awesome. I mean, Trisha, I mean, what can you say, right? Like, I don't know how many people watch a movie with Trisha in it and go, oh, she's not a very good actress. If you do, I've never heard of anybody. So, anyway, Trisha had to be on this list, no doubt. Okay, now I'm going to get to actually my first crush of Indian films, my first crush of the Tamil film industry. Are you ready? Nayanthara. Nayanthara superstar. I don't know why. The first time I ever saw her, I went, who is that? She's beautiful. She's awesome. Like she's just stunning, right? She's like one of those like bigger than life characters. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe that's why she's called Lady Superstar. I don't know. But anyway, super talented. Movies I've seen her in. Now, these are all she's listed in, and I can't remember all the characters she's played in these, but here's the movies that I've seen with her in them. Bila, Tani Orivan, Imaika Nodagal. I remember that one really, really good. Mr. Local, Bigil, Darbar. So those are the ones that I've actually seen her in. So I, of course, had to have Nayanthara on the list. She is the lady superstar, right? So she's on my list. All right, now what I wanted to get to is my two I call them friends, okay? Because they've actually have had conversations with me. One of them has actually come onto my channel and I've done a full interview with her. So we're going to talk about her first. And that is Amu Abriyami. All right. She is now starting to really, I think, take her career starting to take off. And Amu, if you're watching this, you better not leave me behind. Okay. Better not be like, Ken, who are you, Ken? I don't know who you are. I'm too big for you. You better not be like that, girl. Okay. Because we were friends before you got big. Well, not really. You're already awesome and you're already super talented. By the way, say hi to your brother for me. Okay. So Amu, the first movie I ever saw with her was Ratsasan, and she was the girl in that. She wasn't the girl that with the hammer. That wasn't her. She was played another character in that movie. She was Ratsasan. She was in that movie. Um, Theron. Okay, but the movie that I thought showed her crazy acting skills, like just incredible, was Asadan. If you have not seen that movie, if you haven't seen her character in that movie, do me a favor, go watch it, come back, and tell me what you think of Amu's acting in that movie. That's the one to me that I was just like, oh my gosh, she is really, really good. Like just the scene where she was burnt and she's laying there, like, oh, whew, incredible, incredible, incredible. Um, so great, Amu, you're awesome. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for always being there. I do appreciate our friendship. Okay. Next on the list, and this is the last one on the list. Like I said, none of these are really in order as far as who's the top, who's the bottom, or anything like this. This is just my list of some of my favorites. All right. But this one is Aishwarya Rajesh. And I think she is very underrated at her acting skills. If you ever seen a movie with her, I think you will understand her ability to get into a character, to be that character while she's acting. Because if you've seen her outside of acting, like she's completely different than these characters that she's playing. So that just tells me that she's able to, like, as far as acting skills, she's able to put herself in these characters, be them, live them for us on screen. And we're like, oh my gosh, right? So first movie I saw with her was Kakamutai, and she was the mom in that movie. Love that movie, by the way. I don't know why, but it's like one of my favorites. I love that movie. It's fantastic. The whole storyline, the acting in it is just it's just great. Yeah, it's such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. And then the last the other movie I saw with her was Chennai. So that's another one that I think you guys need to go see. I think you need, if you haven't seen it, you probably already have, but if you haven't, go watch it. Watch her in this movie. Watch her in both of these movies and just understand the talent that I think we're seeing and that maybe we're just not appreciating as much as we probably should be. So anyway, that is my list, you guys. What do you think? Am I cuckoo? Am I crazy? Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? Who's your top? Who's your bottom? Who did I leave out? Who did I leave out? Because I know there's names that I left out. Please don't get mad at me if I did. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Nanungalayan and don't forget, like Panaga, share Panaga, subscribe Panaga. We'll see you guys next time.